Ano at sino ang nagudyok kay BBM na maniwala na ang Pilipinas ay may malaking deposito ng deuterium?
Natin yung tanong natin about energy, oil, gas, geotherium. Do you really believe that there is geotherium in our country?
That's not question of people. It's been established that especially kasi yung sa malalim, nandyan yung Marianas Trench sa atin, nandyan yung sa 7 kilometers deep. That's established that it belongs there. Yeah, it belongs there, that it exists in those places. But it is
Ang pamilyang Marcos ay nauugnay na sa usapin tungkol sa deuterium ilang dekada na ang nakalipas. Sa katunayan nito, isa sa membro ng pamilya, Bongbong Marcos, former senator at ngayon ay newly elected president ay nag-file ng Senate Bill 2593 noong November 15, 2010, iminumungkahi niya ang Hydrogen Research, Promotion and Development Act of 2010. Ito yung proposed bill na inihain ni BBM sa Senado. Alamin natin ang laman ng bill na ito.
15th Congress of the Republic of the Philippines First Regular Session. Senate Bill No. 2593. Introduced by Senator Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Explanatory note. The Philippines is highly dependent on oil imports not only to pump the economy but mostly especially to fill its domestic requirements under a regime of increasing costs of importation. Thus, the volatility of the oil prices in the world market, which is dictated by the cartel of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, is a retarding agent in the country's efforts for a more rapid economic development. In fact, the unprecedented soaring of oil prices in the year 2008, which preceded the global financial crisis that gravely hit even the world advanced economies, is a clear indication on how steep oil prices can adversely affect the country's economy. The government's thrust to intensify the exploration of available energy resources in the country, both its oil and alternative fuel energy resources, is a decisive step towards mitigating the alarming impact of overdependence by the country on oil imports. However, with the emerging issue of global warming, which is attributed to excessive carbon emission from the burning of fossil fuels and its projected serious impact on agriculture-based countries and low-lying areas, the concentration has turned towards the development and utilization of alternative fuel energy sources which have been found to be abundant in the country. Example, hydrogen. Hydrogen is highly flammable substance but with zero carbon emission. It is now used in Canada, America, Germany and Sweden to provide fuel for cars, trucks, jet planes, etc. Hydrogen is being processed from deuterium, which is heavy water or hydrogen water without oxygen. This is obtained from the deep trenches of the world, and the world's largest deposit of deuterium is in the Philippines. Thus, a breakthrough in the development and utilization of hydrogen holds promise not only for the accelerated economic growths of the country but also for as much cleaner air which abates the effect of global warming. This bill seeks to establish a hydrogen research and development center which will lay the foundation for and spearhead the development of hydrogen in the country, which is said to be fuel of the future. Earnest approval of this bill is hereby requested. Ferdinand E. Marcos, Jr. An act creating a hydrogen research and development center and providing funds therefor and for other purposes. Section 1 titled, "This Act shall be known as the Hydrogen Research, Promotion and Development Act of 2010. Section 2. Declaration of Policy. It is hereby declared the policy of the state to support and encourage the use and development of hydrogen as alternative source of fuel energy and recognizes its importance to reduce greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, which is a pressing humanitarian issue, as well as its potential contribution to country's economy. Towards this end, the government shall endeavor to provide an avenue for the research, promotion, development, and utilization of hydrogen as an alternative source of fuel energy, as hydrogen has been proven to be most abundant in the country." Section 4. Powers and Functions. The Center shall have the following powers and functions. A. To conduct research and promotion for the development and utilization of hydrogen in the country. B. To identify the potential areas for development of hydrogen, which include the preparation of development programs for the identified areas. C. To initiate and/or encourage inventions of machineries, equipment, vehicle and the like to be powered by hydrogen. D. To serve as the core network of foreign investments on the development and utilization of hydrogen. E. To perform such act as may be necessary for the effective implementation of this act.
Napakagandang mungkahi, napakagandang plano, ngunit ito ay hindi na materialized sa kadahilanang nakulangan ang Senado sa mga information na inilatag ni BBM.
But the main reason for the disapproval is it wasn't the right time. The right time will start in 2022.
Ngayong siya na nga ang Pangulo ng Pilipinas, matutuloy na kaya ang panukalang ito?
The talk about Deuterium is a talk about the parable of the 10 virgins, which can be read in Matthew chapter 25 verse 1 to 10. This parable will happen in the Philippines, and the presidents will act as the virgins. The oil is the fuel which refers to Deuterium. Where 5 of them have no oil, and the other 5 have oil. The 5 that have no oil are the presidents from Ramos to Duterte. From year 1992 to 2022. And that with oil will start from 2022-2052. BBM is the first of the 5 with oil. These 5 presidents are guided by the Holy Spirit. BBM will open the gate of Deuterium, a door to prosperity. So the question, who and what drives BBM to believe that Philippines has a vast deuterium deposit? The answer is Holy Spirit.
Kung hindi kayo maniniwala nito, isipin nyo lang bakit ang naging Pangulo natin ngayon ay connected o may interest sa deuterium. Ito ba ay nagkataon lamang? O sabihin nating, ito ay isang katuparan sa plano ng Diyos dito sa ating bayan. Marami ang hindi naniniwala na ang Pilipinas ay may malaking deposito ng deuterium, at sila ay naging mga kritiko sa mga taong naniniwala nito, gaya nitong isang komento tungkol sa paniniwala ni BBM sa deuterium.
If Bongbong Marcos believe in deuterium mining of the Philippines Department, this goes to show how gullible he is and how stupid he is. Is this a person who want to seek the presidency of the Philippines? Is this a kind of person who will lead a nation? If he think like this, he is not what most of you think he is. He never finished a formal education. Mostly claims. No evidence or diploma to back his claims.
Anong sa inyo, 31M?